Hey guys, welcome back to Vigil Over 103. Today I'm going to be starting chapter 2, and I'm not going to be reading too much, but I'm going to see how long chapter 2 is quickly. Let's see. Oh, it's not that long, so I guess I could finish it. Atticus Finch shot his left cuff, then cautiously pushed it back. 1:40. On some days, he wore 2 watches. He wore, this day, an ancient watch and chain his children had cut their teeth on, and a wristwatch. The former was a habit. The latter was used to tell time when he could not move his fingers enough to dig in his watch pocket. He had been a big man before age, and arthritis reduced him to medium size. So where did I leave off? He was 72 plus 1, but Jean Louise always thought of him as hovering somewhere in his middle 50s. She could not remember him being any younger, and he seemed to grow no older. In front of the chair in which he was sitting was a steel music stand, and on the stand was the strange case of Alger Hiss. Atticus leaned forward for a little, the better to disapprove of what he was reading. A stranger would not have seen annoyance on Atticus's face, or he seldom expressed it. A friend, however, would expect a dry from nature to come soon. Atticus's eyebrows were elevated. His mouth was a pleasant thin line. He said. What, dear? Says his sister. I don't understand how a little man like this can have the brass to give us his views on the Hiss case. It's like Fenimore Cooper written the Waverley novels. Why, dear? He was like a childlike faith in the integrity of civil servants, and he seems to think Congress corresponds to their aristocracy, whatever it is. Okay. No understanding of American politics at all. That's how you say it. Sorry. His sister peered at the book's dust jacket. I'm not familiar with this author, she said, thus condemning the book forever. Well, don't worry, dear. Shouldn't they be here now? I'm not worrying, Xandra. Atticus glanced at his sister, amused. She was an impossible one, but a sight better than having Jean Louise permanently home and miserable. When his sister was miserable, she prowled, and Atticus liked his woman to be relaxed. Not constantly emptying ashtrays. Sorry guys, one moment. Where did I leave off? Oh yeah, he heard a car turn into the driveway. He heard 2 of its doors slam. Then the front door slammed. He carefully nudged the music stand away from him with the speed, made one futile attempt. Is it working? Okay. Attempt to rise from the deep armchair without using his hands. Succeeded the second time and had just balanced himself when Jean Louise was upon him. He suffered her embrace and returned it as best as he could. Atticus, she said, put her suitcase in the bedroom, please, Hank, said Atticus over her shoulder. Thanks for meeting her. Jean Louise pecked at her aunt and missed. Took a package of cigarettes from her bag and hurled it at the sofa. How's the rheumatism, Auntie? Some better, sweet Atticus. Some better, sweet Atticus? Some better, sweet. Did you have a good trip down? Yes, sir. She collapsed on the sofa. Hank returned from his chores, said, move over, and sat down beside her. Jean Louise yawned and stretched. What's the bad news? And what's the news? She asked. All I get these days is reading between the lines in the Macomb Tribune. You all never write me anything. Alexandra said, You saw of the death of Cousin Edgar's boy. That was a mighty sad thing. Jean Louise saw Henry and her father exchange glances. Atticus said, He came in late one afternoon, hot from football practice, and raided the Kappa Alpha icebox. Also ate a dozen bananas and washed them down with a pint of whiskey. An hour later, he was dead. It wasn't sad at all. Jean Louise said, Woo! Alexandra said, Atticus, you know he was Edgar's baby boy. Henry said, It was awful, Miss Alexandra. Cousin Edgar's still counting you, Auntie, asked Jean Louise. Looks like after 11 years he'd ask you to marry him. Atticus raised his eyebrows in warning. He watched his daughter's Damon rise and dominate her. Her eyebrows, like his, were lifted, the heavy-lidded eyes. Beneath them grew round, and one corner of her mouth was raised dangerously. Guys, I'm going to be finishing this later. Talk to you later. Bye, everybody.